Present perfect for experience. So welcome to present perfect for experience. In this grammar presentation, we'll have a look at present perfect for an experience, to talk about an experience. We'll have a look at the form, how to make the present perfect, as always, the meaning or the usage of the present perfect, why we use it, how we use it, pronunciation or different aspects of the pronunciation of the present perfect. So I would say enjoy, sit back, relax, maybe take some notes or pause the video if you want to review certain things. And so we'll start with present perfect form. Have you been to Laos is the question form. No, I haven't been to Laos, negative. I've been to Cambodia, it's the positive. So let's have a breakdown to work. You can contract I've or she's, or you can have the full form I have or has, plus your participle worked, worked, worked. This is all the same. It's nice, it's easy. It's only your verb have or has that changes. So I have worked, you have worked, she has worked, you have worked, we have worked, they have worked. This is the only thing you need to change, and this always stays the same. So let's have a look at a breakdown. So subject plus have or has, plus your past participle. And for regular verbs, past participle is the same as simple past, worked. Of course, for irregular verbs, it's different. Positive forms exceptions. The same exceptions apply as in the simple past because for regular verbs, it's the same ending. So arrived, arrived. You don't add the double E there. There's no need for a double E. You just add the D. Again, consonant plus Y changes into IED. So study, studied with an I. Of course, if it ends in a vowel, A is a vowel. Played, you don't have to change it. And then, of course, consonants that are double. If it's a consonant, vowel consonant, same as in simple past, double stopped. And of course, there's some exceptions. The X and the W, we never double. And if the stress is somewhere else, like here the stress is there, you don't double the consonant. And the C in picnic changes it into CK. Same principle as in simple past for regular verbs. And of course, like I said, there's some irregular verbs. Go, I have gone, have had, has drunk, drink, eat, has eaten, sleep, has slept, take, has taken. There are many irregular verbs. There are no rules for these things, and like in the simple past, you have to memorize these exceptions. If you don't know, you can have a look at a good dictionary. Cambridge Dictionary is a good one. You type in the verb, and you will see here this is the simple past, and this is the past participle. That is what you need for your present perfect. Or in a course book, it's in the third column. To take, took, taken, usually in the back of your book. If you look in a dictionary, you can't find any of these things. It means it's a regular verb. So the negative form, it's very similar. Again, you just have to make haven't negative, worked stay as all the same, worked, 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 work. So I haven't worked, you haven't worked, she hasn't worked, you haven't worked, we haven't worked, they haven't worked. Or of course, have not or has not. It's up to you. So your regular verbs or irregular verbs, they're exactly the same thing. So subject plus haven't or hasn't plus your participle. And with regulars, they're ed, they're the same as simple past. And with negatives, with irregular verbs, you have to memorize them, but it's still subject, haven't or hasn't, plus participle. Question form, as always, you need to have the inversion. So auxiliary verb first, subject, and then afterwards your main verb. So here worked, have I worked, have you worked, has she worked, have you worked, have we worked, have they worked. Again, you only need to conjugate this, depending on he, she, it changes, has, everything else is have, and worked always stays the same. So have or has plus your subject plus your past participle. Doesn't really matter, negative, doesn't really matter or if it's regular or irregular. Same thing when you have a question word in front, you just put the question word first, have or hasn't plus your subject plus past participle. This is the same as in any tense. You have a question word, auxiliary verb, subject, and then everything else. And in this case, the past participle. How or when do we use the present perfect? So it's used to talk about an experience. So I have been to Vietnam, somewhere where I was born till now. I went to Vietnam. So I've had this experience. I've been to Vietnam. So let's have a look and a little bit breakdown. So present perfect is about experience. Have you had this experience? Yes. In your life, yes or no? This means somewhere when you were born until now, did it happen or not? And we kind of need to use the present perfect here because it's until now. Have you had this experience until now? Because maybe in the future you will still have the experience, or maybe you won't, or maybe you'll have the experience many more times. So since the experience can still change, you need to use the present perfect because the experience, you can still have it, even though the experience itself is finished. The action was finished, but the experience you can still have multiple more times. So the experience is not really finished in that sense. So you use the present perfect to talk about an experience. You can use, it could be for one experience or multiple experience. I've been to Spain many times. I've eaten a crocodile once. I've driven a car 5 times. Once or many experiences. When we talk about the experience, you talk about the experience in general. You do not use a specific time reference. So I've been to America, present perfect for experience. I went to America in 2002. Here you use the tense. I mean, you use the simple past because it's a finished action. It's 2002. That year has finished. So it's a simple past action, finished action in the past. So you can't say I've been to America in 2002. If you want to use that, you basically use simple past. If you want to talk about the experience in general, present perfect for experience. I've been to America. Again, you can use present perfect with time words if they are not finished. For example, this morning, the phone has rang 5 times, not finished yet. I visited my friend twice a week. I've traveled twice a year. I've had a coffee today. So today, not finished, I can have more coffees. So this morning, today, this year, this month, this week, so far. If it has not finished that time, because it's still not finished, you can use the present perfect for those things. And as always, you can put at the front, at the beginning, today I've had 2 coffees, or I have had 2 coffees today. You can also use the adverbs never or ever. Have you ever taken the car to work, which is ever for questions, and I have never taken a car to work, never for negative. So ever positive, never negative. And they both go before the main verb. Ever taken, never taken. Pronunciation is the same as for regular verbs, is the same as simple past. So you have 3 different sounds: worked, stopped, watched, missed. The sound before is a k, sh, s. If it's before the s, if it's a non-vibrating sound, you use a non-vibrating T sound. Same as simple past. Then you have the d, grabbed, learned, loved, smiled, played. So if it's the b, n, v, l, and the y, play. If it's a vibrating sound, you use the vibrating d sound. Same as simple past, like I said. And then as in simple past, if it's a t or d sound, started, decided, ended, you use the ud. You need to have a little sound in between, started. Pronunciation, the contractions, okay, you have I've, he's with a z sound, she's with a z sound, it's with a s sound, you've, they've, we've. So I've, he's, she's, it's, you've, they've, and we've. The negative are haven't or hasn't. Haven't or hasn't is the negative contraction for in the pronunciation of those things. As always, when you talk in positive or in questions, the auxiliary verb kind of disappears in the background. Have you been? Have you worked? You worked is what you hear. Have you? This kind of disappears. Has he been to Australia? He been to Australia is what you hear. The has kind of disappears in the background. If it's negative, of course, you have to hear it because otherwise we don't know it's negative. I haven't worked. She hasn't climbed a mountain. So this was the present perfect to talk about the experience. I hope you had a pleasant experience. If you have any questions or comments, you can write them in the comments below and I will help you as soon as possible. As always, there's some more practice for you. You can go to the website, do some more practice exercises on present perfect for experience, the positive, the negative, the question form, of course. And there's some more videos and some more explanations there on the website as well. If you want some more practice, other grammar practice, you can find me on my website, or you can find some more posts on my social media. And if you want to see more videos in the future, I would say follow me on Instagram or subscribe on YouTube, follow me on LinkedIn, or like or follow me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, and then you will see more videos or other resources for you as a student or teacher. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and now go back. I would say go to the website, do some practice. If you have any questions, write them in the comments and I will help you in the future. So good luck using the present perfect for experience.